Hi there, you're watching Gardens and Graveyards. Today we're in the garden and we are going to make some divisions. And today we're in the medicine garden area and we're going to dig up this rose cambium and we're going to divide chives. We're going to dig up the walking Egyptian onions and we're going to divide comfrey. So that's exciting. I have a bunch of pots here and I'll fill them up with soil and pop the plants in. It should be relatively simple, I think. I'm excited about it. I think it'll be a good quick project because the plants already exist. They're in really loose compost, beautiful soil, and I think that probably the biggest project is gonna get that rose cambium cut down and divided. Oh my Lord. Let's go. All right, so this is what we got. Basically, we're looking at these bulbs that we'll plant into containers. We'll just cut the greenery off and put them in containers. What these walking Egyptian onions do is you plant the bulb, it grows, and then it creates these little bulblets. This is its seed head, and you see all these little bulblets. It gets super heavy, and it falls over, and it goes into the ground, and then these root and create a new plant. So they're very prolific, and you can collect these bulblets and plant them. You could eat them, or you could just let them walk the grounds like they like to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean these up, put them in these small containers, and these are going to be given away. And then I still have plenty, and I just pulled them out from the back section right there. I left some here. I have some in the back right there, and I'm going to plant something else right there. And these guys can probably, I think you could see how this one's going over like this, and they're gonna go into the bed with the sage. Now you're gonna read things that tell you to not plant onions with sage. The reason that is said is because they want different water and soil requirements. I don't treat these beds any differently from tier to tier, and they are thriving just fine. Some plants you can't plant together because they actually try to compete or kill each other off. That's not why onions and sage can't be planted together. Sage typically likes it a lot drier, which, up on the top tier, when I water it, it's going to dry out and that water is going to drain here. So this will get a little bit more water than that, but not really all that much. Okay, so let me get these cleaned up and stuck in their pots, and we'll move into the next plant. So I put 5 in each one of these little containers. Obviously have more than enough to go around. So I've got 6 of these containers and a big one here just stuffed with all the rest of them. This one I'll probably keep for myself and plant in another place, and these ones I'll give away.
What is that stuff?
This is garlic chives.
Garlic chives?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Gotta get you a hori.
I know. Again.
Again, yeah. We had 2 of them sitting right there. There you go.
Alright. I this, and this is one plant.
I got you.
But I will be generous, and I'm gonna do like
3.
maybe this much.
Yeah, okay.
And these are pretty much at the end of their deal. I'm just gonna.
Okay. Sherry will be back when she's done.
The little tiny ones, I just put 3 plants in each one.
3? Wow.
Well,
You know how
we'll fill it in nice.
So. That's all from that one chunk over there,
It's not even off that chunk, it's the babies that were next to it.
That's what the dirt is prolific, man.
Plenty, for sure.
Sorry about the wind, everyone.
Just keeps breaking in there. There's a root here. There's roots on that one. Hey, will I get another one come up there?
Oh, probably so.
Dang it. These things always look terrible when I transplant them.
I know.
And then they perk up within a couple of days.
Yep. I recall that.
And water, obviously.
Right.
Okay.
Next.
Sometimes the best way to do divisions is just to find babies and dig them up. So I have a lady's mantle right here. Of course, it needs to be deadheaded, but it's created a new little plant right here. And this plant is done for the season, so I'll be cutting it down here soon. But it's plenty big enough, and I don't need this little guy right here. So I'm just gonna dig it up, give it away, or put it somewhere else in the garden. I'm just gonna take off the lower leaves and any damaged leaves. Just give the plant an opportunity to grow its roots really good and strong before getting moved somewhere else. I don't need this much roots, so I could just cut some of that off. Since we're talking about divisions, I thought I'd share this pond with you. It's got its cover on right now because it's the evening and the pine needles are falling and we don't want any raccoons in it for the night. But every planting around this pond was free because they are all cuttings or divisions from other parts of my garden. All of this carex grass started off with 9 plants, 3 on all 3 sides, and they were about this big to begin with. And now they've completely filled in. And I think this is year 2, maybe year 3. All of this heuchera with the purple bottom, they were little tiny starts. They were just like little tiny roots with like 2 or 3 leaves. And there's 1, 2, 3 in here. And they're a nice, big, beautiful clump. This was also a cutting from one in the front yard. And this one I actually did purchase. Not for this space, but it got transplanted here. It's happier here. That's a volunteer fern, and then that is a Nandina domestica, which was here in a little tiny pot when I moved in here, and it's starting to turn its fall colors. You can see kind of some red on there. Has fantastic fall color. So in a couple of years, this whole thing filled in, and it looks mature and beautiful very quickly without any cost. We have talked about these dahlias several times in multiple videos. These are extra dahlia bulbs that I had when I dug and divided my dahlias last year. I'll link the video below for when I did that, because I will not be dividing any dahlias this year. It's not necessary for me to do every year. But these ones I kept behind in case I lost any. And they're doing fantastic in their pots. And I have this one I'm going to keep. And this one I'm going to keep. I think there's one more, an envy, I think. Maybe not. Oh, this one. But all the other ones came up in my garden, and I don't need to replace them. So all of my excess ones will be given away. But that's a super easy thing to do too. If you're uncertain when you do your divisions, like you don't want to just get rid of all of your division. Maybe you just want to pot it up and see if your division takes and you want to put them somewhere else, or you want to just make sure that you have the ones that you want. You could do something like this. These have been in a pot for 4 or 5 months now, and yeah, they'll just live in their pots until they find a home somewhere else. So that's another way you can do divisions and create abundance in your garden and your loved ones and your friends and your family and your community gardens. I will probably take a couple of these down to the cemetery and plant them up, although I've done that several times there, so there might be more places I could put some dahlias down there. All right, so this is what we got planted up. So I've got a whole flat of rose campium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 comfreys. 6 garlic chives. And 6 walking Egyptian onions and one 1-gallon walking Egyptian onion, which has a whole bunch of little guys in there. And then 1 little 4-inch container of Lady's Mantle, which I think is a pretty good haul for just a couple hours of messing around in the garden. Plus, it gave me the opportunity to clean up my beds a little bit. So now my comfrey is just a little bit smaller. And I removed the comfrey that was there that didn't belong. I got a chance to cut down the rose campium right here and remove all the little babies around the echinacea. And now my chives are just a little bit smaller, but I still have a good sized clump there, as you could see. And then the next time I'm down here, I will divide my onion chives, but I didn't have any labels today, so I didn't want to mix them up. So I'll probably do that in the next day or two after I pick up some labels. And benefit of dividing herbs is now I have some garlic chives and some Egyptian onions to use in the kitchen in the next few days. Alright, that sums up our video on divisions. I hope that gave you a good idea on how easy it is to make divisions in your garden and create more plants for more spaces and create more abundance in your garden. Either find a little baby plant that you can take out of the ground and place someplace else or give away, or go ahead and stick a shovel right down the middle of your plant, push those root balls apart and make a division. Sometimes you get only one, sometimes you get 3 or 4, and today was a pretty successful division day. Also, don't forget that you could go back to 1 week from 1 week ago, we did seed collecting, and next week we will be sharing more ways to create abundance in your garden. So stay tuned, and thank you again for watching, and keep celebrating life. We will see you in the next video. Bye.